guys, welcome back to Three Little Babies. Today we are going to do something that I am a little scared to do on YouTube, but this is Luca. I've been posting a couple of videos about his transformation. I have actually decided to put in a drink-in wet system, and I'm really scared to do this. I'm not gonna lie. I went out shopping today, link in the iCards, whatever side that is. Actually took Flynn, Luca's twin, out, and we went to Home Depot, and this is the tubing that I got. Everyone said to do a 1/4 of an inch opening, so I did. So yeah, this is 10 feet of clear vinyl tubing. This cost me like, I don't know, we'll say $4. I have upholstery needles from when I did Otto's armatures. I have some cotton cord from previous sewing projects. I have some Kelly clamps, and then I also have a full-blown suture kit because I'm going to need a scalpel and probably something to retract his mouth and stuff. I've seen people guard the mouth with cardboard as well as the other opening. I've always wanted to put in a drink-in wet system with him. So I looked up a video a while ago and it scared me and almost literally terrified me, but I'm excited. We're gonna do this. I don't know how I'm going to do this on camera because I don't want to show his bottom. He is a anatomically like correct doll, so I'm not going to show that, but I will kind of show the process of what I'm doing and block out this area, and I'll show you guys how to bring it out of his mouth and whatnot. So yeah, let's get started. I'm going to measure how much tubing I think I'm going to need, because it needs to like come out of his mouth like this and go down his body. So I'm gonna say this much should be fine. I'm hoping this isn't really hard to cut. Oh God. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's not easy either. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my thread untangled, and someone said that you need at least 3 lengths of your needle, I think. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 4 because I feel like that's correct. Okay, maybe it's just these scissors that suck at cutting. Put my thread on my needle, pull it down, and I'm going to tie these together because you do not want this to slip and come undone, because then you will basically lose your tube. Go inside of the tube and use your needle to poke a hole out without stabbing yourself. Pull that through, and then your knot should be on the inside of this tube, and then they went on the other side from where you initially went in. Hold on, I'm like trying so hard to show you guys stuff. Okay, so you went on this side, and then from the outside you're gonna go in towards that knot and out. Here we go. Okay, so just like this, and you're gonna pull it up, and you basically have made like purse string through it. She did it again, but I don't know. I feel like this is pretty good. Time for the part that I can't really show you, so I'm going to position him like this, and I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing. So I am basically looking at him, trying to figure out where I want this tube to empty out of. I'm just going to make a incision where I've decided I want the tube to go. after I've done that incision, I'm going to take some clamps and I'm gonna open up that area, and I'm basically just going to cut out a little bit of silicone so that the tube can fit. Once I get a big enough opening, I'm going to take my tube and try and fit it in this opening. And you want it to fit pretty nice. You don't want it to be too big, but you also don't want it to be so small that it ends up ripping your silicone. Okay, I think I have an opening that should be okay with the size of this tube and not really distorting the anatomy too much. So now I'm going to take my needle, put it into that opening that I made, and I'm kind of going to angle it back and up. So I'm kind of angling it towards his butt right now and trying to get it like in the center of his body. And I'm just going to work my way up to like his throat, basically. Okay, so what I have done, he is basically contoured back so his head is up, and the needle is in the back of his mouth. So I'm gonna cock his head just a little bit more, and I'm gonna get those really long Kelly clamps, and I'm actually going to grab the needle. So I have the needle, and I'm just going to keep advancing it and trying to pull it out from his mouth, basically. You gotta be really careful about bending his neck though, because you don't want his neck to rip and pop off. So it's kind of like a balancing game almost. He's got the needle coming out, and I'm basically just trying to push it all the way through, and then the rope, and then the tube. Laying off of my bed, this is the needle. I'm putting my entire like leg and body weight on him, and I'm grabbing it with this and just pulling straight out. And honestly, it's working, so oh my gosh, finally. Okay, the needle is out. Now he's just got cord in his body, and then I have to pull the tube through, which is kind of tedious because you have to move the opening that we created around the tube, and you have to make sure it doesn't invert on itself and rip it further. Probably the easiest part, just pulling out the string. Okay, well my cord broke, but it's still outside of his mouth, so I think it's okay. I'm just gonna have to work with a smaller piece of pulling this through. Oh my god, this is going to take forever. Okay, so I put the water bottle top in his mouth to open it up. You can see where the strings are coming out of, hopefully. And I've wrapped his shirt in this so I can get a good grip without my hands completely like dying. And I've used a water-soluble substance to lubricate the tube, and it's making it a little bit easier. So I'm running into some trouble because this cotton thread keeps breaking, and I'm already like where his xiphoid process would be, and I don't want to take the tube out because like I'm halfway there, but I don't know if this teeny tiny little bit of thread will make it. Okay, so I put the tube in. I had to redo it. I went ahead and like folded my yarn thread that I was using over 3 times to kind of bulk it up. It took absolutely forever, but I did it. And now we're gonna see if this works. Since I was rough handling him, I had to wash him off because he was covered in dirt and stuff because I went down to my basement to finish this. But he lost all his color, so I'm gonna have to give him some more color. But before I do that, I wanna see if this works. I have this bottle. It was sealed, and I honestly poked a hole in it because I want to see if this works. So, see how long it takes him to eat, and then we'll assess his diaper afterwards. The indicator is blue, which means his diaper is soiled, and it's a hefty one. I think I can probably feed him like 2 ounces. Okay, so his silicone's actually pretty dry. That's nice. Oh god, he's still going. It's like changing a real baby. I mean, I think he just peed all over me. I guess that's gonna be it. I don't even know if I can show this video on YouTube or not. We'll see. It is literally like midnight. So, time to say goodnight. Bye-bye.